Hello spooky bats and welcome to my channel. My name is Orphea and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be discussing yet again a highly asked about topic within the goth subculture, and it is about goths and job interviews, what you do for them, how you dress for them, etc. Now, because this is yet again a highly complex question and a highly discussed topic, I wanted to create a video about this because if you have seen my previous 3 or 4 videos, I'm not exactly sure how many we already have up on the channel, you will see that I am trying to open up the discussion about certain really specific topics within the goth subculture that I feel need to be addressed. So for today's topic, goths and job interviews, I want to try and not to ramble about too much because this is a topic that I feel very strongly about. If you have been around for very long on my channel, you know that in a very long time ago, I actually made jobs for goths videos with advice on what degree I had and how to look for a job, etc. Now those videos are very good videos except for the quality of the videos, but the topic that I talk about and the way I talk about it, I still stand behind to this day. So if you haven't seen them, I will be linking them in the top corner. I'm not sure which corner it is. Now, goths and job interviews. How you look at a job interview, for me, highly depends on the job you are applying for. It depends if you are going to be in contact with customers, if you're going to work in, for example, a warehouse, if you're going to be wearing a uniform at your job, or if you work back office and you can look the way you want. I personally have worked in a variety of jobs. Some included personal contact with customers and with higher tier people within the company, and some require absolutely no contact at all with people except through email and over the phone. So depending on what job you are applying for, you should dress appropriately. Now, first things first, something I want to accentuate in this video, it is that your job and your clothes do not define you at all. The job you have is simply a way to make money and to get around in life. The clothes you wear are simply what you feel like wearing or what you have to wear in certain situations. They do not define you as a person. The way I look right now does not define me on all aspects of my life. Hell, when I'm editing these videos, I'm in sweatpants, a comfy band sweater, I have no makeup on, and I have kitty ears headphones. So is that the way that you will associate with me in these videos? No, because I dress for the thing I'm doing, and that's also what you should do for your job. And the main thing I have learned over the years is that adapting is necessary. But this isn't only true for people who are alternative, this is also true for every single person in every single job. Some people love wearing high heels, but if that person in their free time wears high heels, no one has an issue with it. Whereas if they would work in a warehouse and they would show up wearing heels, it would not be the best thing for them to do. And there are actually regulations within companies about the way you can dress, what is appropriate and what is not. So make sure if you apply for a job that you adapt your look to the job you will be doing. If you will be doing a job in a warehouse, it won't matter to them as long as you are physically capable of doing the job. If, on the other hand, you will be doing a front desk position, specifically ask them for what are the requirements of looking a particular way to fit the company. And that's something that I feel a lot of people forget. You work for a company. The company hires you, you spend time at that company and you get money in return. If you don't feel comfortable working within a certain mindset and a certain culture of a company, then look for another company to work for. But on the other hand, if making money is more important to you, then adapt to the company you are working for and tone down your look if necessary. I will not go to my office job looking like this. However, if I would not be wearing a nose chain, because the nose chain might be what is too much for them, I don't think they would mind too much. The thing is, you have to get experience first. You have to prove your worth. And this is something that you have to do regardless if you are goth or not. Now, in my personal appearance, the experience and the value you can add to a company will make them more able to have you look a certain way if you want to. But you have to prove yourself first. I have a bachelor's degree, I speak 3 languages, but when I started working at my first few jobs, I actually looked like every other person in that office did, just because I knew I had to prove myself first. Also in the job that I currently do, I have been at that company for 4 years, and it's only after about 1.5 to 2 years that I started dressing more the way that I wanted to dress and less the way that everyone else looked in that office. And over the years, I started wearing more and more the clothes that I enjoy wearing, and they have never made any comments about it. Also because I have already proven my value and I have proven my worth. Does this mean you have to do this after 2 days of working in a company? I personally would not advise so. But if you notice that your colleagues and your direct boss do not mind you dressing a little bit more into your style, then feel free to start pushing your boundaries a little bit. Start wearing makeup if you want to wear makeup. Start wearing tights that you personally really like, or start wearing, for my example, I started wearing certain pieces of jewelry that I personally enjoy. So if you take baby steps to implement some things into your daily look to work, you might see that they either don't react at all to it and just see it as normal, or they will start asking questions about it, or you will even get asked why you are wearing certain things. Now, the main thing that I want you to remember for this is that it all depends on the job you will be doing, and that it is normal that you have to prove yourself. This is like this for every single person, regardless of their background, regardless of whether they belong to the goth subculture or not. You always have to prove yourself first. This can also be the case for someone who has a lot of tattoos and piercings. They will always have to prove themselves. But it is also the case for someone who looks exactly like the boss does and has no tattoos, no piercings, or maybe have some hidden ones, you never know. But the thing is that you have to prove your worth. And once you have proven your worth, you will be allowed to do a lot more things if they are responsible within your job. I personally would not go looking like this to my international sales meeting because I know it is not appropriate. Knowing when to dress up or when to dress down is also something you will learn over time. And if you know that 3 days out of 5 you are in your desk all by yourself just working, or if you work from home and you don't have any face-to-face Zoom calls or what have you, then you should not worry too much about it. But if you work at a front desk or if you work at an entrance of something, then of course you have to look a specific way. This is normal. This is what is required for you to do a certain job. And if you're not okay with that, look for another job. And also something that I think a lot of people need to learn is to stop self-sabotaging yourself. If you go into a job interview and the first thing you tell them, yeah, I've not been accepted for this job because I am goth, or I've always been pushed back in jobs because I'm goth, those people don't care if you're goth. They care only if you are an added value to their company. So stop self-sabotaging yourself by talking about these subjects. What you could, however, do is ask them if there is a specific dress code, if there are rules and regulations about piercings and tattoos being visible or not in your job. Most jobs will not care at all, because trust me, every single office has a girl or a guy or someone in their office who has a tattoo on their wrist of some stupid code that we personally don't care about but they think is important, and that is okay. But it will also be very likely that they don't mind you having tattoos because they already know that people have tattoos, and even if it's different, they won't mind as much. Same goes for piercings. I know lots of people who have nose and septum piercings right now, even if they don't belong to the goth scene. So stop self-sabotaging yourself by thinking they are targeting you or thinking that it's negative that you are goth, because most cases it isn't. So this is of course my personal opinion. I don't want anyone to be personally offended by this video. I just want to speak my mind and let you know what I think about this. Now, personally, I am not going to work for a company right now. I am actually transitioning from working for companies to working for myself. And this is also a very difficult transition because of course I have to get clients, and of course I have to be online, I have to have an online presence, but I also know that sometimes my look might be an issue for some people. Now, goth still gets a lot of odd looks, and it's simply the way it is because how it evolved over the years. We come from the punk movement, a movement of people who wanted to do things differently, and some people still associate goth with some of the highly pitched negatives that were in the media a few years ago. Only recently, the whole Marilyn Manson bullshit exploded, and this is not good publicity for the goth scene. But if, like me, you want to make a change, you want to help the world see that goth can actually be something very good and that we are just normal people who love different aesthetics, then just be open, be positive, don't be negative about it. Just be accepting of your environment and you will see that they will be a lot more accepting as well. Also, don't be afraid to get into conversations about the goth subculture, about your values, etc. Most of the time, people are just curious. They don't know what it is. They've only seen certain negative stereotypes online. They think goths are Satanists, etc. So feel free to open up this discussion with them, talk to them, let them know what is true and what is not, because this is the only way that we can change this for the positive. We've always been outsiders, and I'm pretty sure we always will be, but I want us to be positive outsiders. Outsiders with a positive look on the world, even if we love different things than 99% of the people on this planet do. As with the other videos, I would love to know your opinion about adapting for your job, being goth and going to job interviews. I think if you dress appropriately for the job you will be doing, for the job you are applying to, then there should be no issues. And to finish this video, I just want to remind you that your job and your clothing do not define you. And this is really important for you to keep in mind. If you have some trouble with this, then just print it out, write it out somewhere, tape it onto your mirror, I don't care. But know that your clothes and your job do not define you. So on this note, I want to end this video. I would yet again love to talk with you in the comment section about these topics. So if you have anything you want to add to the conversation, if you want to give your opinion, hell, if you want to let me know what work you do and how you dress for your job, that is also fine by me. I just want to talk and connect more with you, and I feel in the previous videos we have already started this, and I am super appreciative for every single one of you. Before we end this video, of course, I want to thank my patrons for allowing me to keep on creating videos. Anders and Jerry are currently my two top tier patrons, so thank you so much for your support. If you want to be in my videos as well in the mention of the end of the video, then feel free to get onto Patreon as well and support my channel. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as I make weekly videos about the goth subculture and I would love to have you for every single one of them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!